All right. Hey, everybody. This is Ted Drozdowski, Senior Editor of Premier Guitar, and we're at NAMM 2020 Winter NAMM in Anaheim, California. And we're going to be talking here at the Santa Cruz booth about a historic collaboration between two great American guitar builders, Richard Hoover from Santa Cruz Guitars and Rick Turner from Rick Turner. You've seen great players of all kinds playing their instruments. You've heard about both of these guys. They're legends in the industry, and it's a pleasure to be here. But I'd like you to meet everybody who's with me this morning. Let's start over there with Richard.
Good morning, boss. I'm really delighted to be here. You know, our whole career has been based on collaboration, open source, and sharing information. That's how we got where we are. And this is, I think, the first time we've actually materialized it in a pair of guitars. And it's a real treat to work with Heartbreaker, Brendan, and Rick on this project.
My name is Juan John, and I got the funnest job of all.
And thanks for playing us in, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Rick Turner here. So happy to have been working with Richard. We represent 100 years of Lutherie in America. It's just amazing.
Only 100?
Only 100.
Hey guys, I'm Brendan from Heartbreaker Guitars, and we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm totally stoked to be working with these two legends here, Rick and Richard.
And Brendan, who would like to start talking about these instruments and about this collaboration a little deeper? Anyone?
A little preview, and then I'll let them go with it. I approached Rick about this 6-7 years ago, the idea of collaborating with an amazing acoustic guitar builder. Richard Hoover's name was the first one that came up, and they decided that they would work with us and build a limited set of 10 twin guitars, one Model 1 by Rick Turner Guitar and one fingerstyle acoustic by Richard Hoover. And then I'll let you guys tell the rest of the story.
The great thing has been working out the aesthetics of the instruments. I mean, you know, Richard has a really good take already on his fingerstyle guitar, and we've got the Model 1. But we wanted to do something where aesthetically they would be close to matching, but still each guitar would have our own individual touches in it. Richard sourced some redwood from a beam from a bridge that had been built in Yosemite and damaged in the rim fire. The bridge was what, 1928, Richard?
Roughly, yeah. I'm not positive, but that's circa that, yeah.
And while we're talking about that, how did you source that? How did you find out about that wood?
I've got a wood problem, and I could quit anytime I want. I've talked about it my whole career. We use reclaimed wood for the ecological benefit, but old wood sounds better. So I tell that story in these situations, lectures, teaching, and people tell their friends, and wood finds us. So I got called on this one.
And I'm sorry, Rick, let's pick it up.
Yeah. So redwood tops, mahogany backs and sides. In our case, it's the solid mahogany body. And then purfling that matches around the top and down the center of the back. Ebony fingerboards with our signatures and this custom inlay job in it. Gold hardware. So they're very, very close. Oh, tortoise binding. In our case, we stuck with our fairly traditional for us laminated neck, mahogany, and then we used some black acacia from the Santa Cruz Mountains for the center laminations. And this is, for us, it's full electronics. Our preamp, EQ, piezo magnetic blend. So this is it's the classic setup for our instrument, sort of the full-blown, no holds barred.
Great. And why don't you just go through the control array with us for a second?
Sure. We've got a master volume, master passive tone control that has a push-pull. So you pull it and you're single coil, push in, you're humbucking. EQ on and off with boost or cut, and then a frequency sweep. So it's like a parametric equalizer, but the bandwidth control is internal. We don't see that as a performance control. And this switch is EQ in and out. It's always active. We make the humbucker. I make the humbucker.
All right.
In-house at my shop. Kind of an unusual design. My son did a great little video that is up on our website of an animated video of all the parts of our pickup and how it works. And that's it.
And what are you calling this guitar?
This is the Model 1, and this is very much a Model 1 custom.
And if I want,
Sorry, the Model 1, as you may know, is that's Rick Turner's primary guitar that he builds out of his shop. But the name of the project is Legend of Lutherie.
Yep.
what would this specific guitar sell for if I wanted to buy one of these?
Well, they are being sold as a set for $18,995, and that's for both guitars.
Excellent. And Richard, let's talk about this guitar, this beautiful guitar over here.
Well, I think Rick did a fine job. This is exactly the same, but it's loud enough we don't need the knobs. All right? Right? So, talking to Rick about this, of course, the whole idea is to cooperate with Brendan and promote this neat concept in his store. But I have an ulterior motive, which is trying to get mahogany the respect it deserves. Mahogany is like a superior tone wood, and it's always been relegated to cheaper guitars, or at least that's the concept. And putting mahogany back in sides in an instrument like this gets people pay attention. So the beauty of this redwood is, as it's old wood, the sticky resins polymerize, become like crystal, and it sounds better. And that's the biggest part of old guitars and old violins improving with age. So we cheat. We start in the beginning. So not only do we have a better sounding guitar, people can feel really good about the sourcing of it, and it's got a great story that goes along with it. So we put everything we got into this one for you, and I'm really, really pleased. This is our F model. It's actually it's really based on our FS or fingerstyle model, and that's one of the things in common for these guitars. They're both really articulate, good separation, and great for that kind of playing.
You talked about your love of mahogany. What other tone woods are involved with this guitar?
Actually, we're similar here as far as the ebony bridge overlay fingerboard, and the top, of course, the old redwood, and the bracing in this one is Adirondack spruce with hot hide glue. Both of those materials have a real high strength to weight ratio. The hide glue's like glass. Sound moves through it really with a quick velocity, so it's clear, bright, and fast.
Since you're something of an apostle of wood when we have you here, I have to ask you this question. How do you determine whether a piece of wood merits being used for one of your guitars once you get into the shop?
Come on over. Take about an hour and 8 minutes. I'll show you. There's nothing mysterious about it. We'll look at wood over for cosmetic acceptability, but the feel, the flexibility, how quickly resonance moves through it, and if you do something over and over again for 40 years, you got an incredible body of comparative analysis, and you saw the results. So you can repeat the process, get the good stuff, and go. So we have I'd say a real sure way to do this. And one of my life goals also is to put this into a scientific vocabulary of measurements so we could share it with others.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate you being here. I'm honored to be able to sit with you guys and have a conversation this morning. Thank you all for taking your time to be here. We really appreciate it. And thank you all for tuning in to PremierGuitar.com for more videos from NAMM 2020 in Anaheim. We're going to keep sending them to you. See y'all later.